It's alright.
Oh my god!
Yo guys, what is up? Max here in a Borderlands 3 video, and today we're talking about why now is such a great time if you put Borderlands 3 off to the side, if you haven't been playing that much, why now is a great time to get back into the game, and if you have been keeping up with the game, what you should be excited for, because tomorrow DLC 3 drops for Borderlands 3, as well as a huge change to build diversity and balancing of Mayhem 2.0. Today, we're going to be running through this Guardian Takedown, basically having a chat with you guys and sharing everything that's happening with this game and everything that you should be excited for. Now, real quick, before we get into the video, if you want to hit that subscribe button, like, comment on the video, it helps me out a lot. We're just so close to 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And with that, guys, let's get into this. Today we are using my Chaos Queen build with a B-word weapon, the bitch. And just off the bat, you guys know that the bitch isn't a very good weapon, but in Phase 1, if you missed it, they did a lot of balancing to the bad anointments, buffing airborne anointments, buffing your sliding anointments, everything like that, and buffing a lot of underperforming weapons to allow for more gun viability and options, as well as nerfing some of the heaviest hitters in the game. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the game, you know, or maybe because you left the game, the introduction of Mayhem 2.0, I know upset a lot of people. Now, Mayhem 4, when the game was at Mayhem 1.0 and Mayhem 4 was the highest difficulty, there was a lot of viable builds. There was a lot of viable weapons. You could use melee. You could use a grenade build. So many different things. And then Mayhem 2.0 happened, and the biggest downside to Mayhem 2.0 is it really slimmed the amount of weapons you could use and the build diversity. There was only a few Mayhem 6 plus drops that were even worth using. Everything else kind of fell to the wayside. Now, Phase 1 addressed some of these weapon balance issues, and Phase 2, which is coming tomorrow along with the DLC, is going to be humongous. They are scaling grenade damage, pet damage, action skill damage, melee damage, sliding damage, slamming damage, vehicle damage, you name it, it's getting scaled. And what I'm hoping this leads to is a lot more build diversity. When you have a game with a million guns and a million different things to use, it's annoying when you can only use a few, and that is what this patch that is coming out tomorrow is addressing. As well as we're getting new Guardian ranks, we're getting new Guardian rank perk skills, so we're getting, for example, Groundbreaker. Groundbreaker is going to allow you to melee things for 25% of all of the gun damage that you dealt over the past 5 seconds, allowing for hybrid builds. Grenades are going to be scaling and dropping at Mayhem 10, which will allow for viable grenade builds. Your pets on flak will actually feel useful and feel like they're worth using and having. I think that this is a huge turning point for the game. There's so much to get excited about. Comms are going to be dropping with action skill damage, and action skills are getting buffed for Amara players. That means Ties That Bind is going to be doing more damage. Clone builds will be more viable. Iron Bear builds will be more viable. Rack Attack builds will be more viable. There's so many new changes, and along with that, we are getting a level cap increase. Now, some people aren't excited for the level cap increase. I personally am, and I want to explain why that's perfect timing for right now and why it's not that terrible of a thing. Now, first off, the timing of the level cap increase is great because we're about to get into DLC 3. DLC 3 is introducing a whole new cast of characters as well as brand new weapons, and you're going to want to be farming all of these brand new weapons a lot because they're going to be crazy strong. If there was a level cap increase afterwards, right afterwards, it would basically invalidate all of the farming. So level cap increase with the DLC means that you're going to be farming all of the new weapons at level 60, which will give you a new thing to be excited about, and as well as will give you your new best weapons in your arsenal, because most of your other weapons will still be 57. The fact that they're still 57 means that they're still usable, but you are able to grind for new gear and new perfect gear, which you're going to want to be doing because Grenades now scale. You're going to want to be farming for new grenade stuff. Melee skills. You're going to want to be farming for melee stuff. The fact that the Veterans Reward Machine is going to allow you to farm for your favorite weapons that you couldn't before. For example, if you really like the Becca, you can now use the Veteran Reward Machine to use Iridium to farm for Beccas, and the 7 cents, a crazy pistol that couldn't come anointed. All these things are going to be changing in the game, and it's going to be allowing for you to basically use what you want. And I think this is a big step for the game and a big step for the end game, particularly. Now, we got the Guardian Takedown, which not a lot of people were super happy about because the scaling of it, of the health of enemies, was really difficult. If you didn't know, they nerfed that, and now it is a lot more friendly to go through while still maintaining its difficulty as the hardest endgame content. However, even the rewards are going to be better. For example, the light speed. Really awesome grenade that wasn't scaling before. Now it's going to be scaling and going to be a really awesome reward for doing the takedown, because that possibly, I feel like, will be the strongest grenade in the game just from using it on Mayhem 0 against enemies. It is incredibly strong. Now, I wanted to make this video because there's so much to get excited about, but I know that people have been upset a little bit with the state of the game. But I think coming with this, coming with this new patch is going to be one of the best times to be a Borderlands fan and be playing it. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. The DLC sounds amazing. It looks amazing. It's going to be Western themed, and hopefully we get a ton of new weapons. They always deliver on new goodies to play around with, and I'm so excited to play it. I just wanted to share how excited I am. And if you guys want to know about all of the new crazy melee builds, all of the new crazy things like that, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I will be covering literally everything, figuring out what the craziest builds are, and I personally am so excited for it. If you have put Borderlands 3 aside and are waiting for a time to get back into it, now sounds like a really, really awesome time with the DLC, with the level cap, and with all of the changes. There's going to be so many things to explore, so many new interactions to play around with that I cannot wait. I will be live streaming the new DLC tomorrow, as well as posting tons of new videos on it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!